Have a good day. My dear friend, as I had promised, I developed this video to share what I think is good to know regarding praying. Let's begin. There are a lot of things that contribute to stress and anxiety. Traffic, workload, personal problems. The feeling of anxiety starts in a part of the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is a small part of your brain, but it has a big job. It's a major processing center for emotions. It also links your emotions to many other brain abilities, especially memories, learning, and your senses. When there is a stressful situation, life or death, the amygdala triggers adrenaline. It gives you the energy to fight or run away. However, the amygdala is not objective, so every time there is a stressful situation, it gives you a rush of adrenaline. That causes us to take decisions in a rush, but they are completely different to the way we are. The prefrontal cortex is the front part of the brain that is important in human behavior such as planning, decision-making, and self-control. In other words, it is responsible for the common sense. If we compare the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, we can say that the amygdala is a person with tons of coffee, and the prefrontal cortex is a passive and well-grounded uncle with good advice. When there is a stressful situation, both parts of the brain have a conversation. The amygdala says you won't succeed, and the prefrontal cortex will say you can do it. You have the experience. The end of this discussion, believe it or not, is one praying away. This study comes from a subject called neurotheology. 1 Peter 5 verse 7, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Dr. Newberg studies the brain, and he discovered that when people pray, there are some chemicals released. Those chemicals seem to change the brain. This has a positive effect on the brain. Dr. Caroline Leaf is a communication pathologist, audiologist, and clinical neuroscientist specializing in research in psychoneurobiology. She discovered that if a person spends 12 minutes praying, there will be a change in the brain mass. Secondly, if a person prays, there will be a growth in an area in the brain related to empathy towards others. Dr. Goleman says that the amygdala kidnaps our brain with thoughts that make us think we are not capable without any probability of achieving success. This is a summary of the summary that I presented a couple of months ago. I hope this information is of good use to you. Have a wonderful day. Let's keep praying.